So as you all know, another gaming crash is probably about to happen. And of course we did five companies that will probably survive the gaming crash because they're the only companies that were willing to make actual quality games. And here are five companies that won't. The first company is easy, EA. EA is easily already one of the most hated companies. EA is not bankrupt yet because of FIFA and Madden. Both gaming crashes, I think EA sports games will crash as well. And Apex Legends is also in serious trouble. And Anthem was also a flop. I don't think EA can survive much longer under greedy policies. Like, Capcom learned from their lesson of not making cash grabs, and making games that fans have been wanting for years, like an open world Monster Hunter for consoles, and a Devil May Cry game that's actually was good for a main series Devil May Cry that's actually good. That's not for or DMC, and of course not. And of course the Mega Man game, which people have been asking for such a long time. I don't think EA will survive because EA hates the fans, unlike other companies like Nintendo and Capcom, and the stock is still declining. Coming at number 2 for Bethesda. Bethesda would not be on this list if it wasn't for Fallout 76. Bethesda is the games have been going down in quality. And because of Fallout 76, Bethesda has unfortunately made the list. Bethesda is of course a company known for making open world games. Of course they own other games, but Bethesda's games are becoming worse and worse in quality. And Bethesda is also, they made Fallout 76, that's probably the reason why. And basically Bethesda as a game developer could actually continue on eroding away. And Elder Scrolls 5 may be the next, not Elder Scrolls 5, that's Skyrim. Elder Scrolls 6 might become the next flop if Bethesda washes out like Fallout 76. And once Bethesda have learned from the mistakes from Fallout 76, Bethesda will not survive the next gaming crash. But hopefully like Capcom, Bethesda does learn from the mistakes and makes Elder Scrolls 6 as best as they can. Coming at number 3, Konami. Konami is easily the most hated gaming company. Actually, second most to EA. I don't think Konami is going to survive much longer as a company. Konami is only surviving on sports games and putting their characters in other games, like in Super Smash Bros. But other than that, I don't think Konami is going to survive that much farther. Especially if they continue dissing the fans and not making games that people want, and firing the influential people like Kojima for no reason, just because they have different visions. I don't think Konami is going to survive much longer like EA if they continue down this path. Konami used to make classic games, now Konami is just a shell of its former self, basically making games that are just not that great. Number 2. I think Sony is a company that always has financial problems. Sony, of course, has always had financial problems with the other projects not doing well. But I think if a gaming crash is inevitable, Sony will be at the front of this. Sony is already having its own financial problems of its other products not selling as well as they did. The only reason why, and the movies are, and also even though Spider-Man Far From Home was a success, the movie is being sold with Marvel as a sales price. Even though PlayStation had a very successful year last year, Sony is taking gaming less and less seriously, which is a problem. Sony is this E3 this year, which we had no new news on Sony games. If Sony continues down this path of not really treating gaming as serious anymore, Sony could actually just, for PlayStation, the brand could just turn into just another streaming service like Xbox is trying to turn theirs into. Which means Sony, the last company that stand against good games, will now erode into basically another company that is now dead. Number one, Ubisoft. Before we get to Ubisoft, let's go through honorable mentions. Sega. Sega is having their own problems as well. Sonic the Hedgehog isn't as doing as well as they is doing as well. Sonic is now a dead franchise, and all the other franchises are not doing that well either. Which means Sega probably will probably not survive the gaming crash as well. Which is sad because a lot of Sega's properties are very popular. Number one, Ubisoft. Ubisoft is a company that is very, 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 very divisive. People either love or hate their games, which is going to be a problem in the future as they don't know, as the games are becoming more and more hated, with Tom Clancy's Division franchise not being well liked, with Assassin's Creed. Oh wait, we have a company that's even more unlikely to survive the gaming crash than Ubisoft. So Ubisoft we slided into an honorable mention. Number one, the real number one, Epic Games. The amount of backlash Epic Games is getting, the amount of backlash Epic Games is getting, and the only successful game being Fortnite. I don't see Epic Game, and of course Gears of War, which is a Microsoft property. I don't see Epic Games surviving, especially with their awful store. Epic Games Store is considered. Everybody is mad at Epic Games Store when they get new exclusive games, and I don't think Epic Games Store is going to survive. Same thing with the developers. Just because Fortnite was successful for a year doesn't mean it'll be successful forever. And if a gaming crash is inevitable, both Ubisoft, which is putting all their games in Epic Games Store, and Uplay instead of Steam, and Epic Games themselves both won't survive. So Ubisoft and Epic Games Store will be in a very similar position. Ubisoft probably won't survive the next gaming crash, as it's pretty obvious. Their games are very divisive. And of course, we all know another company that won't survive is Epic Games. They won't survive the next gaming crash. They're the third most likely company to die off in the next gaming crash behind Konami and EA. But those companies are already on life support already because of their awful decisions. Epic Games will likely be next despite the popularity of Fortnite, which Minecraft has always beaten out. The reason why Microsoft is not put on this list because of Minecraft. If Minecraft continues to be popular even throughout the crash, I don't think Microsoft as a company, as a gaming company, will erode anytime soon. Especially if Xbox Live becomes just a service, I think Microsoft will still be popular despite that. Unlike Sony. Sony could actually disappear if Sony isn't careful. Xbox is also at a risk of disappearing as well, so don't count them out either.